Hello and welcome to the Moderately Decent Drummer. My name is Gerald, and today I'm going to be reacting to yet another Band-Maid video. Let's go! Band-Maid. Band-Maid's been doing pretty good on my channel, which is cool and such, and I'm liking Band-Maid quite a bit. But here I am reacting to yet another Band-Maid song. I'm super excited. I liked the other two songs, and this is going to be yet another live video. This is going to be Freedom. Band-Maid. I'm really liking how much feedback I'm getting on these videos. It's great. Uh, People are saying a lot of information, which is really good for me to be able to intake, but also it's a lot to intake. But I'm doing the best I can to get around to these songs. This is Freedom, Band-Maid, official live video. I don't know why I chose this. I just kind of did. I don't think I have anything else to yap about right now. So I'm excited to see all of the drumming to come in to play. Let's go! Before I begin, a lot of people had pointed out in my Dust to Dust slash Dough Knives video that there's this little thing in the gear icon, which for some reason it's being annoying. That there's a stable volume thing. And I had already had my volume up to max and everything else turned in, so I'm like mixing on that's quiet and everything, and people then pointed out the stable volume thing. I never knew that existed. Like, I've seen it subconsciously, but I never knew that existed, which is crazy. So I went back to Dust to Dust slash Dough Knives afterward and tried it without it, and it was so much better. Like, I can't believe I was so stupid. Also, on that, I didn't mention it in the actual video because I'd already been recorded, but I did up the volume on that video for the song. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, the song sounds fine." That's because I turned it up quite a bit in editing. But we're gonna be doing this Freedom live video. That's all I gotta say. Let's go. All right, so far, cool. I'm liking this. A lot of I had mentioned in the Shambles video, how I'm like, I wasn't overly impressed or whatever by the whole thing. And what I meant by I am finding I'm not very clear in a lot of things I say. Yeah, I feel like I was told something about crowd interaction, so I was looking a lot towards that. And that's kind of what I was like, okay, they're just playing, that's that. And of course I don't really immediately know the difference between sound and everything between this and the studio version. Someone had also mentioned, pretty sure it was a Shambles video, that it's like Band-Maid needs to be heard live. I mean, I'm getting this first across the board now. Across the board meaning The Warning and Band-Maid. But it's weird that it keeps popping up. I mean, it's like now people are like, these are have to be played live or whatever, and I've never really thought about it. And yes, some bands sound much better live and such. I think a lot of Baby Metal's music sounds better live. So far, they've had a lot more interaction with the audience, with actually like, hey, hi. And it's like, hi. But I just don't know what that was. And that's cool to see. That's cool to see. What I was saying kind of with the Shambles video as I was seeing it much more as a performance was that they were just playing the music to the audience versus having any form of actual connection directly with the audience, but they're actually interacting, like looking straight at you or pointing straight at you, like that kind of straight, direct interaction. And I'm never going to remember, I'm not going to remember all of their names very quickly. It could take me a while. Like, I'd actually have to think about it, and that's just like, so bass lady here, I just like how stoic she is. That's all I gotta say on that.
妬みひがみ歪んだエモーションしょうもない嘘ワンツースリーフォー見え見えな見え笑い笑われてライこんなって知ってきたたったって甘い感じすでに帰らないライラ裸で飛び込めよサーフィン行くよ Yeah, I'm my way, my way, my way かき乱す感情も Go, go away, go away, go away 思うままに泣いて Listen できないその一瞬をもがいあがき壊つのげ未来が Like to be a feeling
Anything else or okay. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. I like it. Yeah. Right. Anyway, I started taking notes because I'm gonna forget these things otherwise. So one thing I took was I just wrote fast, and that is all of their songs are really just they just get into them and then start going. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just interesting how usually it's how do you describe it? It could just be because their songs are at such high tempos. Their songs kind of just once they get into them, they just start going and they just keep going. It's not like there's any kind of slowdown or anything. There's no warning. You're just right into it. And that's cool. That's cool. And that they just kind of like the way I could say it is how the song started and I was going through it, and at some point, like in the first minute or so, I'm like, I just then registered how far I was into the video. I say like a minute, it was longer than that. But then I just realized and I'm like, I'm already this far into the song? Like, man, that went by very fast. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling. Next thing I wrote was fan. At first I thought that meant fan as audience, but then I remembered no, it's something to do it with okay, this generally. Look at Akane's hair. It's flying. Look at yeah, I'm assuming I can't see it or anything, but there's a fan there. Otherwise, I don't know why her hair is doing that. I don't know. But yeah, no, fans are very nice to have when you're drumming because you can get very, very hot. I mean, you can see my fan right there. I think it's kind of breaking, which is sad. And I can't really point it at me because, I mean, you can't see it, but my camera stand is not exactly the most stable thing. So if the fan's blowing at it, it can start rocking. And so that's why usually I have to point it at the wall to try and bounce the air off of it at me. But then again, you're not getting much of it. The point of this is fans are very nice to have when you're drumming because of how hot you can get. So it's kind of funny just to see her hair go. And the other comment I made was team. The two ladies standing next to each other in the more traditional maid outfits. I don't know what to call them specifically. But the two guitarists, yeah, they're interacting with each other a lot. They're like, hey, 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 hey. And yeah, that's my description of that. I again back to the bass lady. I find it so funny. I was saying how she's stoic, but she really does just stand off to the side completely alone. Like she just seems happy to be there and everything, but it's kind of funny. It kind of reminds me of myself. And then of course this is the drum solo. And just want to say, look how happy she is. He has definitely mastered that double bass. What the pedal? Okay. And I say that because if you watch closely at her hands specifically, you can tell she's not exactly moving very fast with them, but it sounds like she's doing so much more. And I mentioned this in the Shambles video with her drum intro. Her hands aren't actually doing that much, but it sounds like there's so much more going on because of how well she can play the double bass. Like that specifically. Like clearly there's also other hand stuff going on. Yeah, but you see her just going and it sounds like there's so much more going on, and she's not moving at the freaking speed of light, I don't think. So again, when I play the song, I'm gonna be playing with the studio version. So I'm assuming the drum solo isn't part of that. I could be wrong, and if it is part of that, I am very sad. I am well aware of my capabilities, and besides the fact that I seem to mention this in every single video, I don't have a double bass, so I literally just can't play a double bass. So there's that. I know I'm not that skilled. Okay, that's why I'm a moderately decent drummer. Maybe. The whole joke of the channel name is that I'm moderately decent. But the fact there's a maybe there means you could either take that as a moderately decent Maybe, but I'm actually better, or I'm moderately decent. Maybe, because I'm actually worse. I don't know. That's the whole thing. Frankly, my skill level completely varies from different songs. Like you can have the same band, it can be one band and have two songs, and I suck at one of them and I'm absolutely amazing at the other. It's really just completely random, and of course, it depends on how often I actually play a song. So I'm just gonna hope this song goes all right. Well, we are going to, I guess, go and play this. So let's head over there and please help me. Hello, this is editing moderately decent drummer, maybe. While I was going through the process of editing this video, I came across a very bad problem with the drum cover. And that is, if I switch over here, you can see this is my DAW system where I record all the MIDI information and then put it through a sound thing. And so I think if I hit play here, you'll be able to hear it. Uh, okay, so you hear it, it's working fine and everything. I could go to any part of this and yeah, that's the point. Okay, so you're getting all the audio and everything, right? Well, here's the thing. For some reason, every time I go to here and then export it, it messes with the audio significantly. And so the drums sound very, very off. And this is a major issue, which I have not been able to figure out a way to fix it because it sounds perfectly fine here. There are no issues whatsoever. It's only after I export it that it switches for some reason, and I can't tell you why it does this. With that in mind, I don't think there's going to be a drum cover for this song at this time because I want to keep up the whole thing of it being a first session blind play blind playthrough where I just play it for the first time and such. So I don't even need to go to the file. I don't need to go to the file. You can just hear it here. You hear that? It's most noticeable here at the end, mostly when there's less going on. Here, just it's a major problem. For some reason, this has never happened with any of my other files whatsoever. For some reason, after this file specifically gets exported, it screws up the crash symbol and mutes it. And I don't know why it's doing that, and I can't figure out why, because it's working perfectly fine before I export it. And hence, there will not be a drum cover for this video. I just want to put that out there, get that out of the way, and that's why there is not a drum cover. Either way, that's my excuse for why I suck at drumming. Uh, this is the last video I have saying this. Again, don't know what order I'm uploading this. I don't know why I said again. But I have created a Google Forms for song suggestions that you can suggest bands, artists, songs, whether you want me to react or cover a song, whether you want it to be studio or live, all of the works. It's a very messy form, but this is to better organize all of these requests so I can keep better organization of them. Point is, that is going to be in the description, and it's also going to be in the description of my channel. So if you go to my page, it's there, and I made a community post on it. But if you have any suggestions for songs I should react to or cover, you can put them in the comments section. But I highly encourage you to check the Google form in the description and upload there. You can upload as many times or submit as many responses as you want. And then thank you all for watching, and I don't know if I have anything else good to say.